Hello, boys and girls. It's story time with Mrs. George-McNeal. And the title of today's story is Beatrice Doesn't Want to. Has it been a time when you didn't want to do something, like sign on to your portal, to do your iReady assignments, or get up out of the bed when it's time for breakfast or dinner, or to clean up your room, or to do your classwork? Well, let's see what happens with Beatrice in this story. Beatrice Doesn't Want to by Laura Numroff and Lynn Munsinger. Beatrice doesn't want to. Beatrice didn't like books. She didn't even like to read. More than that, she hated going to the library. Do you like going to the library? I love to see you when you come to the library. But that's where her brother Henry had to take her 3 afternoons in a row. Henry had to look after Beatrice. He also had to write a report on dinosaurs. Why don't you get some books from the shelf? Henry suggested when they got to the library. I don't want to, Beatrice said. Look how many books there are, Henry said. I don't want to, Beatrice repeated. Then what do you want to do? Henry asked her. I want to watch you, said Beatrice. But I have to work, said Henry. I'll watch, said Beatrice. I give up, said Henry. He worked on his report. Beatrice watched. Henry tried not to notice her. The second day, Beatrice didn't want to go back to the library. You have to, said Henry. I don't want to, said Beatrice told him. But I have to work, Henry said. Do you think Beatrice is being fair to her brother? Do you think she is respecting his time when he has to do work in the library? Let's see what happens. When they got there, Beatrice saw a big comfy chair. I'll just sit here, she decided. Okay, said Henry, but don't move until I'm finished. Henry began to work on his report. All of a sudden, he felt someone tapping his shoulder. He turned around, and there was Beatrice. I'm bored, she said. I give up, said Henry. On the third day, Beatrice followed Henry around while he looked for more books. Can I hold some? Beatrice asked. Henry gave her some books to hold. They're too heavy, Beatrice wailed. I really do give up, said Henry. You're driving me crazy. Please, Bea, Henry begged her. I've got to get this report done. It's due tomorrow. How about a drink of water first? Said Beatrice. They went down the hall to look for some water. Suddenly, Henry saw a poster. This is it, he thought. The librarian will read Albert Mouse Has a Brand New House today at 4:00 p.m. in the children's room. Come on, said Henry. I don't want to, answered Beatrice. Too bad, shouted Henry. Before Beatrice knew it, she was in a room full of other children. Henry walked out just as she started to say, I don't want. Beatrice sat down to wait for Henry. Hello, my name is Wanda, said the girl in the next chair. This is the second time I've heard this story. Big deal, said Beatrice. Albert Mouse lived in a house, brand new house. The librarian began to read. She held the book up so everyone could see the pictures. Can you see the pictures? Can you see them? Albert Mouse also had new roller skates, the librarian continued. Beatrice loved to roller skate. She looked at the librarian. Do you think Beatrice will pay attention to the story now? But Albert's mother wasn't too thrilled when he skated through the house. The librarian read. The boys and girls laughed. Beatrice smiled. She remembered the time she had tried roller skating in her own house. Then Beatrice laughed. She listened to the whole story. When the story was over, Beatrice went up to the librarian. May I see that book, please? She asked. Of course, said the librarian. Beatrice sat down and looked at each picture over and over. Suddenly, she felt someone tapping her shoulder. Time to go, Henry whispered. Beatrice kept looking at the pictures. Henry stuck Beatrice's hat on her head. We have to go home now, he said. Beatrice ignored him. Come on, Bee, Henry said. Why do you think Henry whispered to Beatrice? Yes, they're in the library. He didn't want everyone to hear. I don't want to, Beatrice said. And that's the end of the story. Why do you think Beatrice did not want to leave the library? Ah, you got it. Because she wanted to read her new favorite book. And we know it was her favorite book because she kept looking at the pictures over and over when Henry tried to tell her it was time to go. They had to leave. Now, how many main characters are in this story? Let's count them. Beatrice, her brother, Henry, and the librarian. Yes, the librarian was important because the librarian read the story to her. Albert Mouse has a brand new house. And we forgot about Wanda. Wanda was the girl in the story that first told Beatrice about the book. Now, boys and girls, if you enjoyed this story and would like to hear it again, just ask your parents to rewind the video so you can listen to it again. Thank you for sharing Beatrice Doesn't Want To with me, Mrs. George-McNeal, and Miss George-McNeal's Story Time. See you soon.